Empowering people and inspiring change. My name is Melissa Blen, and I am the founder of Epic Love, cultivating self love, freedom, and purpose all around mental and physical well being. This week, the topic we're going to talk about is I had cancer at 18 and it sucked. So, cancer is one of those icky, uncomfortable words that a lot of us don't want to talk about, but more often than not, it needs to be a subject that is talked about, and especially with you and everyone that is watching this video. At the age of 18 years old, I want to fast forward the life that I was living up into that point that I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Before I was 18 years old, I was living a life of fast food, going out. Yes, I was drinking before I was even 21 years old, eating fast food and living a life of go, 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 and a lot of toxic behaviors when it came to my well being. I remember at that age, I was working in a call center at Bank of America, and I remember religiously that for about 2 years prior to my diagnosis, I would go out with my friends, go eat fast food, and then go out. And if we hung out with a group of friends, if I was drinking, which I did a lot, again, underneath the influence at a very young age, I remember going through a drive-through at 4 o'clock in the morning, grabbing a bunch of fast food, going home, falling asleep for about an hour or two, and then going into work, just feeling like crap, living off of Starbucks Frappuccinos, Einstein bagel sandwiches, Del Taco drive through. The list can go on and on. Fast food and alcohol and so many other toxic things were the commonality for the foundation of my lifestyle, living up to when I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about having cancer at the age of 18 sucked. It was literally the catalyst that I needed to get for me to start looking at all of the ways that I was neglecting my physical body when it came to my physical health, and then my health from this all the way down and into my body. Having digestive disorders, and then the doctor telling me that I had cancer cells, and going through the procedure of removing a lot of the cancer. One of the things that stood out for me was the chances for me to have a child and carry a child full term were pretty much slim to none. You see, the reason why is that majority of my cervix, unfortunately, had cancer, and they had to go in and remove a good chunk of my cervix. And so if I were to ever get pregnant, I would have to have basically a procedure that would be able to hold the child full term, because I would be considered as a high risk. And so when I was diagnosed with the cancer, I started to think about what was I doing when it came to the foods that I was putting in my mouth, and was I living a life that was in alignment to who I wanted to be? And the answer was no. You see, more often than not, we have to have shoved in our face health related diseases, shoved in our face physical disabilities, in order for us to wake up and take a hard look at the way that we're living our life. And for me, that was cancer. And following a few years after I was diagnosed with cancers, I would say shortly 2 years after that, I was involved in a fatal accident that basically broke my tailbone on impact. And I was hit at 100 miles an hour, and I was put on short-term disability. So from the cancer at 18 and then having a major car accident at 20, I was really, really forced to look at everything that I was doing to neglect my body. So after I was diagnosed with cancer at 18, I started to cook at home more. I started to clean up my eating a little bit. I started drinking more water. I was making like healthy lunches and taking it to work. So I started to do a lot better when it came to nutrition after I was diagnosed with cancer. And so what I'm leaving you with this week is I invite you to ask yourself, is the lifestyle that you're currently living supporting you around your mental and physical well-being? Or are you one of those individuals that go through the drive-through more often than not? Are you one of those individuals that put exercise and mental health on the back burner because you have kids and you have work and you have all of these to-do lists that are so long that your self-care, your nutrition care, and your physical health or physical care, excuse me, fall to the wayside or go to the bottom of the bucket. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not going to be the solution. And I encourage you to prevent as much as you can from any type of wake up call like I did by getting diagnosed with cancer at 18 years old sooner than later. And so, what does that mean? And what could you do? Well, let's start with joining the Epic Gut 21-day program that I'm getting ready to relaunch starting October 4th. This 4th, we are going to be diving in for the next 3 weeks all of the ways that you can remove foods that are toxic to the body and the brain, refertilize your gut. I call the gut like this beautiful brand new layer of grass, and refertilize that grass so you have optimal digestion when it comes to your brain health and your gut health, because without that, we are depriving nutrients from our brain and our body, and we're not performing optimally. And then we're also going to talk about how do you reintroduce foods back into your routine that nourish your body. So it's a 3-week system that I put you through that actually just checks your gut, checks your mental well-being and your physical well-being, and you start to live more of a well-balanced life when it comes to your physical well-being. So my name is Melissa Blen. I am the founder of Epic Love, cultivating self-love, freedom, and purpose all around your mental and physical well-being. And I'm here to kick your ass in radical high gear. So join the Epic Gut program today. Click the link in the bio or visit my website and click Epic Gut and join the program today. This is a free program for you, and I intentionally made it free because I know how important health matters, and I wanted to give you something, which is the gift of health. Have a kick-ass week.